to aviation safety by the Biden administration's DEI and woke policies. What this presidential memorandum orders is for your Secretary of Transportation and FAA administrator, in this case acting FAA administrator, to basically ensure that we are actively undoing all of that damage, that we are assessing how much damage was done, and that we're ensuring that people hired within the FAA, in keeping with your memorandum of January 21st, are only the most outstanding, capable people for the jobs that they're being hired into.
In other words, competence.
Yes, sir. Elevating competence over everything else instead of the DEI policies that were pursued by the Biden administration.
I think everyone understands that. And Obama.
Yes.
Both of them. Okay, but Biden much worse. Not even a contest. What they've done is just crazy in so many other ways. Okay?
Mr. President, to be clear, are you saying race or gender played a role in this tragedy?
It may have. I don't know. Incompetence might have played a role. We'll let you know that. But we want the most competent people. We don't care what race they are. We want the most competent people, especially in those positions. And, you're talking about extremely complex things. And if they don't have a great brain, a great power of the brain, they're not going to be very good at what they do, and bad things will happen.
Mr. President, there's long been concerns about the amount of congestion out of DC Airport. Do you think that there's too many flights coming out of that airport?
No, I think we need very smart people running the flights and doing it. You know, the ones that aren't good, when they'll either do one of two things. They'll have too many coming in and they can't handle it, or they'll have the people waiting up in the air, which everyone's been caught in that situation, and circling the airports for an hour, and that's no good either.
Mr. President, are you aware?
Military helicopter training flights that are flying around National Airport all the time, what's your view? Should they be rolled back?
It's fine if they're in the right locations and if they're not at the same levels. I mean, if a plane coming in is at 300 feet or 400 feet and a helicopter's training at 300 or 400 feet, why wouldn't they be up 500 feet higher? So I certainly want, and that to a certain extent is the air traffic controller. Wait, please, wait just a second.
You feel like what happened last night was preventable?
I do, yeah. Oh, absolutely. And obviously, that was something that should not have happened. And we're not going to let it happen again.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto his like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. So much to unpack in this particular video. I mean, yeah. What he's saying, what he's doing, and we could clearly see what's happening right now. And the thing that's can be clearly seen is the fact that they're turning things right side up, and most of the times when you see, okay, prime example, when you had the school shootings, the last couple school shootings had to deal with a transformer doing the school shooting, but there wasn't getting no national news about it. So now that he's back in office, he's putting the blame on the weirdos, which rightfully so, but is a political strategic move that he's doing. So this year, now there was whatchamacallit, not a video, but my brother had put in the chat. I forgot but what is the federal government is planning to remove certain holidays, certain certain holidays. Pride Month, they're gonna get rid of that shit. Juneteenth, gonna get rid of that shit. Those are the two major ones Black History Month, they're gonna get rid of that shit. Martin Luther King, they're gonna get rid of that shit. So they planning to deliberately remove all these different diversities, what these bozos would say would be, what you call it? What make America somewhat great. So this is all a strategic move to bring in the worst possible outcome. Because you have people that it was normal for them, all these things, and now they're removing that. He's doing a lot of stuff. That's the other one too. That's another whole talk about the largest tax cuts, getting rid of the IRS. He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot for these few days. And why he's doing that for? He's doing that because he's trying to show he's making a difference, to rewrite what the others did. So there's nothing but confusion that's being broadcast. Real quick, Isaiah 29:15, it says, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord." Now this is talking about the illuminated ones. Now these illuminated individuals call themselves illuminated. That's who's really responsible for all this shit. Because they bring in order out of chaos. And this order out of chaos that they are bringing is not going to be, they're just going to accept it. There's going to be there's going to be, what's what I'm looking for? One of the guys in the video was basically saying that there's going to be riots. There's going to be uproars of the people because of all the shit that's going on. Because these individuals who set things up is trying to tear this country apart. And it says, "And their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, who knoweth us?" That's the elites. It says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding?" The Lord created Esau to be the agent of chaos. And that's exactly what he's doing. He is bringing in chaos. Within this thing of order, right? Rightfully so. Now things are looking like it's going back to some sort of order. But the reward of it is going to be chaotic. Guarantee anything goes wrong, he's going to blame those demons out there, those abominations. And once again, rightfully so. Until the response that we all are expecting. We're expecting to see some shit. Because a lot of these people are accustomed of their wickedness. That's what's happening. These people are accustomed of their wickedness. So the Lord created Esau to be crooked. That's right. It says Ecclesiastes 1:15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight. And the scripture clearly tells you that these people, all these other nations outside of Israel, it's Deuteronomy. Let me get this real quick because it's very important. 32:32. It says, "For their vine is the vine of Sodom and the fields of Gomorrah." Matter of fact, I gotta go up. Because it's talking about Israel, and then it tells you about the other nations, which is talking about right there. 29. "Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. I should go up. Let me go up. 28. 27. Were it not that I feared that the wrath of the enemy, least that of the adversary should behave themselves strangely, and least they should say, our hand is high, and the Lord have not done all this. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Or that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. How should one chase 1,000, two put 10,000 to flight? This is the blessing that's coming for the nation of Israel. All right, this is what we were supposed to be. We were supposed to have this ability. Okay, even in this lowest form, we have a fraction of it. But the Lord is about to amplify, well, mainly for the elect. Except their rock had sold them. So that goes into what? All the things that's happening to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because the Lord did that. All right? And the Lord has shut them up. For their rock is not our rock. So these other nations, their foundation is not our foundations. Even our enemies themselves being judges. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and their fields of Gomorrah. So the vine is what? Let's go into real quick. It says the Hebrew word is gapan, vine. 3 of Israel. That's not talking about that. The stars fading of, we're supposed to see Yahweh's judgment. It's not talking about that. Prosperity. Unused meaning to bend. Vine as twining, especially the grape. So their root, technically their root of them is the root of Sodom and Gomorrah. So it's, and that's why the spirit, the brother Sabah did a video on it. Donald J. Trump did a skit, which was not really a skit, of him and was he Mayor Giuliani? But I don't know if he was mayor or not. I think he probably was the mayor, but he was dressed as a woman, which is completely against the scriptures. And Donald Trump was acting like he was fiending after Giuliani, a man dressed like a woman. He was acting like he was fiending after. So all that was a clear-cut sign of what they do. All right. Trump himself is a Mo. People in his administrations are Mo's. Those previous presidents he was talking about, they are Mo's as well. So here they are trying to sound like they're making things right. For whatever reason, they try to make things right because what he said out of his mouth, there's only 2 genders. Matter of fact, I think a brother had put that in the chat. Well, I don't have to. Right? There's only 2 genders. Which, prior to this whole woke business, everybody knew there was only 2 genders. So how can this man claim to be or acting like he's all righteous all of a sudden? And the things that he comes from a seed of wickedness. All right? Because it's all a facade. This is what they do. This is how Esau operates. See, when you go into the history of the Romans, which they all proclaim, the Greeks, and so forth, this is what they do. That's why when you go to, matter of fact, I have to go there. 1 Corinthians. First of all, you go to Romans, the 1st chapter, it tells you But this one particular, 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. This is why Paul said what he said, because this is what was happening in Corinth. It says, know you not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. So when you go to this word, effeminate is malakos, soft to the touch, metaphorically in the bad sense. Effeminate as a catamite, all right, which is the Greek word for, we're about to get into, of a boy kept for homosexual relations with a man. So pedophilia is big in America, especially these presidents. All of that. That's why the scripture says, matter of fact, before I go on, it says of a male who submit his body to unnatural lewdness of a male prostitute. So this is what Paul was telling the church of Corinth. Why? Because the environment that they was in, that's what was happening. It was well known what the Greeks were doing. And the Greeks so happened to be Edomites. So it's in their nature to resemble or to do these vile, vicious acts. That's the point. All right. So all this facade, he's against. Yeah, because they want to hide their shit. They want to go back hidden. They don't want to make it public. But all eyes, everything is on them. And it says, what was going to get? Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 10 and 2. Yeah, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And when man of man, the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. That's why it was so acceptable under the Obama administration. For those 8 years, that's what was it was acceptable for Trump's administration. Biden's administration. All right. Then they give all these people, quote unquote, rights. And the only rights they're supposed to have is Leviticus 20:13. All right. But they're not having those rights. Well, they have the rights. This is the only society that pushes the wickedness the way they're doing. That's why Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to wipe this fucking place out. Real quick, since I'm in the subject, Jude 1 and 6. It says, 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over for fornication and going after strange flesh, are set for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. So let's go into this real quick. I'm thinking about, but keeping it in the subject. Hypothetically, let's say if he turned everything right side up. Let's say if he does go out there and put these modes, put all these things in the correct manner. How can they judge something what they themselves is doing openly or in the closet? Right? Isaiah 30 says it here, Isaiah 3 and 9. It says the show of their countenance do witness against them, and they declare, make it public, their sin as Sodom. And it says, as Sodom, they hide it not. So all those, let's see, hold on, I said Obama, All right, Obama was 8 years. Trump was 4, it's 12. 16 years. So the past 16 years, almost a generation, they've been promoting and uplifting this behavior. So now these people out there, they are out there publicly saying to the world, this is who they are. This is exactly what they want. But the scripture says, what? Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Meaning bad timing. Bad times. So they done it unto themselves. They the ones that the next things that's about to happen to them is on them. It's all on them. And the Lord allowed Sodom and Gomorrah to go down the way it went down because of these behaviors. And them knowing that Esau, and they still promote that. So what do you think is going to happen? All right. Matter of fact, Job 20, I believe it's 3. Is it 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So the joy of the hypocrite is what? An actor. Lights, camera, action. Esau portrays to play the righteous. But it was all for a moment. It was all good just a week ago. The Lord is exposing these devils on a high level. All right? On the highest level possible. Even having the infighting of themselves. Let's not forget, no matter what executive orders he signed to come against these things, he was a part of the madness. All right? That's why it's a hypocritical situation, because he was part of it. He didn't try to stop this shit in 2020. Was it 2020? Yeah, he went from 2016 to 2020. He didn't try to stop this. So now all of a sudden he wants to play the role of, this is too much, or this ain't right. They're all part of it. They're all agents of chaos. And you're going to have a lot of people out there supporting everything that he does, because they're just sheep. This man's about to turn it up on everybody. It says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, which he made a speech in his inaugural speech about them putting a flag in the moon, and then how they're going to put a flag on Mars. So going back to putting the flag on the moon, that was an indication of what? Of them reaching to the heavens. Even though it was fraudulent, proving that this is Esau Edom. Because that was part of the, the prophecy. All right? That was a part of his blessing. Now think about Genesis, the 25th chapter. That he would, the dew of heaven. This is the only nation on the planet Earth that did the things that they did. Under their rulership. Because every other major empire didn't do what Esau has done. So he said, what? The golden age. This is another golden age. So all this is proven that they right on time. So though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, Isaiah 14, yet shall he perish forever like his own dung. So all this great feats that it was. Oh, that's how they say it. They have accomplished all these executive orders, all these game changing to help mankind. All this shit. When it's all said and done, Esau, your speck in the world is gonna be just that, nothing. It's like anybody takes a shit and not consider that shit. That's how you're gonna be remembered. Your legacy on the earth is not gonna be, oh, they try to fix Babylon. Oh, they try to bring peace to the world. It's gonna be none of that shit. All it is going to be is nothing. Everything you did was for nothing. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Can you imagine all this crazy shit that they're doing for them to not even be remembered? Go to the History Channel, they'll tell you about this person, that. They love talking about Hitler and the Nazis and all this other shit. They love talking about all these things. But in the kingdom of heaven, they're not going to be remembered for anything. That's what's going to happen. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found, yet he shall be chased away as the vision of the night. That's this. We in a nightmare state right now. Because under this man's rulership, he has caused nothing but chaos. And his damage is done. That's what it is. Salakia. The damage is done. He could blame. He's right. I'm not knocking him. I'm not disagreeing with this guy. All right, with the president, possibly the last president. He's right. Just to do anything now, you got to be a special case of a special case to get any funding and any other shit. A mental sickness is being put in the forefront, getting all the aid from the federal government. But it's too little too late. The damage is done. They damaged these people. They scarred them for life. Think about all the shit people have done to themselves. And all the things that they've done to themselves meant nothing. Because it's going right back to what they would consider normal. They thought they was free. Those demons thought they were free. Like, yeah, we did it. We got what we wanted. No. They had nothing to do with that. They was being played. Because why? Chaos. Order out of chaos. That's all it's been about. Now the Lord is about to gonna do away with these devils. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, which is talking about the Most High, neither shall his place any more behold him. The scripture tells you that the people might curse. Leprosy is a curse. To look like that is a curse. So the Lord's going to do away with this curse forever. That's what it's all about. So enjoy this moment, because this is where it all ends. So that being said, we'll say real quick to the spirit. Shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.